Let me tell you why the world is changing and why the future belongs to you. Let me begin with something that may sound unsettling, but is absolutely necessary to say out loud. The world you were born into is not the world your parents prepared you for. Across much of Europe, East Asia, and North America, entire societies are growing old at a speed never seen in human history. Cities built for families are becoming quiet. Schools are closing. Economies that once depended on endless growth are now shrinking, not because of war or disaster, but because fewer people are being born. This is not a temporary dip. It is a structural shift. For the first time in modern history, many of the world's most powerful economies are aging faster than they can replace themselves. Their workforces are shrinking. Their pension systems are strained. Their innovation pipelines are thinning. Their political systems are becoming defensive rather than visionary. But here's what most global discussions get wrong. They speak as if this is a global human crisis. It is not. It is a regional transition, and it creates a historic opening. While much of the global north is aging, much of Africa, parts of South Asia, and sections of the global south are experiencing something very different: youth, energy, and demographic momentum. Africa, in particular, is becoming the youngest continent on Earth at the exact moment when the rest of the world is growing old. This is not a coincidence. It is a turning point. And this is where the story of Tharaka Invention Academy truly begins. The dominant global narrative tells young people in Africa to wait for jobs, to wait for investment, to wait for development to arrive from somewhere else. But demographic reality tells a different story. The world does not need more passive consumers. It needs builders, problem solvers, engineers, designers, and innovators who can operate in conditions of constraint. The future will not be shaped by who has the most capital. It will be shaped by who can adapt fastest. As aging societies struggle with labor shortages, collapsing pension systems, and declining innovation, they will increasingly depend on regions that still have human energy, creativity, and resilience. That dependency will take many forms: technological collaboration, distributed work, digital services, research, manufacturing, and problem-solving at scale. But here is the critical point. Those opportunities will not automatically flow to Africa or the global south. They will go to those who are prepared. That is why Tharaka Invention Academy exists. We are not preparing students for yesterday's economy. We are preparing them for a world where creativity, adaptability, systems thinking, and technological fluency are the most valuable currencies on Earth. The future will not reward memorization. It will reward those who can analyze, design, build, and adapt. It will reward those who understand how systems fail and how to redesign them. It will reward those who can work across cultures, disciplines, and technologies. In a world facing demographic contraction, climate stress, and institutional strain, the most valuable people will not be those with the most credentials, but those who can solve real problems under real constraints. That is why TIA exists. Not to train job seekers for shrinking markets, but to cultivate problem solvers for a transforming world. Not to copy old educational models, but to build new ones grounded in relevance, creativity, and agency. The future will not be evenly distributed, but it is still being written. And the students who understand this moment, who prepare not for yesterday's economy, but for tomorrow's realities, will be the ones shaping what comes next. That is the path forward. That is the work of Tharaka Invention Academy. Thanks again for being part of Tharaka Invention Academy.